Welcome to module number 3. In this module, we shall look into how do we apply the PRINCE2 business case practice. This would cover learning outcome number 3, understand how to apply and tailor relevant aspects of the PRINCE2 practices in context. So what is it that we're going to cover as part of this module? We will look into some aspects of application of PRINCE2 business case practice. And this would help us demonstrate an understanding of some of the key products required to support the business case practice. And the key products are the business case document, the benefits management approach document, which is a part of the PID document, sustainability management approach document, again, a part of the PID document, and the project brief document. And we should also cover the areas of focus for key roles associated with the business case practice. And we shall cover a few effective management and associated techniques. And finally, we would analyze whether an approach to applying the business case practice is effective and fit for purpose. And we shall take into consideration the PRINCE2 principles and effective management and associated techniques of the practice and tailoring it to the project's environment/context. Now, let's kind of briefly look into a few management products that would support the business case. The first one is a brief document. Now, the purpose of the brief document is to provide a full and a firm foundation for the initiation of the project. And what are the contents of this document? This is a document that contains the background of the project, what are the project objectives, what are the desired outcomes, and what is in and what is outside the scope. The project boundaries are included. What are the limitations and assumptions? What are the constraints and assumptions? Any project tolerances and users and any other known interested parties. Now, the outline business case is a part of the brief document. By outline business case, what we have in mind is the first cut of the business case, which really explains the reason for the project and the various business options to resolve the need or the problem that the project is initiated for. It also includes the project product description, which includes user quality expectations and acceptance criteria. So the brief document also contains the project approach, which defines the approach to deliver the selected business option. An example would be, are we going to use an agile approach, a waterfall approach, or a hybrid approach? And the brief document would also contain the team structure and the role descriptions, who will work on the project, in what role and in what scheme, and with what scheme of delegation and reporting. And finally, the brief document would contain references for any associated documents or products. Now, besides the brief document, one of the other documents that is relevant to the business case theme is the business case document itself. Now, the purpose of the business case document is to document the justification for undertaking a project based on the estimated costs against the expected benefits to be gained and offset by any associated risks. It should outline how and when expected benefits can be measured. And some of the content would include executive summary in terms of highlighting the key points in the business case, which should include important benefits and returns on investment. The reasons why we are undertaking the project defines the reasons for undertaking the project, explains how the project will enable the achievement of business objective, and different business options. Now, there's not necessarily one option to address a particular need. There could be multiple options. The business options will provide an analysis and reasoned recommendation for the options, including any assumptions upon which the options are based. And it would include expected benefits and disbenefits expressed in measurable terms against the situation as it exists prior to the project. And we might want to kind of include relevant benefits tolerances against these benefits. Some additional components that would go into a business case would include sustainability targets, specific targets relating to sustainability that the project must meet. The targets include sustainability tolerances. time, the period over which the project is going to run, and the period over which the benefits are going to be realized. It would include a section on costs, a summary of the project costs, the ongoing costs and the maintenance costs and their funding arrangements. It would include investment appraisals, comparing the aggregated benefits and disbenefits with the project costs and ongoing incremental operations and maintenance costs in order to define the value of a project as an investment. Now, a few examples of appraisal techniques would be net present value, payback period, internal rate of return, and so on. And depending upon the needs of the project, we could pick and choose an appraisal technique that would be appropriate for the project. And the business case document would also include major risks, a summary of the key threats and opportunities associated with the project, together with their likely impact and responses. And finally, it would include references of any associated documents or products. So we kind of looked into a couple of documents so far. One was a brief, and the other one was a business case. And the next one is a benefits management approach document. Now, the purpose of this document is to define the benefits management actions and benefits reviews that will be established to ensure that the project's outcomes are achieved and to confirm that the project's benefits are realized. And some of the components of this document would include scope, describing what benefits are to be managed and measured. It would include a section on benefits realization procedures, describing what management actions are required to ensure that the project's outcomes are achieved. And this should include arrangements for benefits realization activities to be undertaken by the business layer after the project has been closed. For example, preparing and handing over a benefits realization plan. And there would also be a section on benefits measurement, describing how to measure achievement of expected benefits when they can be measured, and the baseline measures from which the improvements will be calculated. There would be a provision for benefits tolerance guidance, providing guidance to the benefits tolerance levels defined for the project in the business case. There would be a section on product performance, describing how the performance of the project product will be reviewed. Then a section on responsibilities, defining the responsibilities for business case activities, including who is accountable for the expected benefits. There would be a section on resources for the benefits management activities, for example, to undertake studies, and a section on tools and techniques supporting the benefits management activities. An example could be a simulator and any relevant standards which might apply to the benefits measures, along with references for any associated documents or products would be the components of a benefits management approach. Now, please do keep in mind that this particular document would have a life beyond the life of the project, because generally benefits do not necessarily completely accrue during the life cycle of the project. They might accrue several periods after the completion of our project.